Okay, this question is for the panel. Why can't a person's criminal record be kept private? If a person has become a productive member of society, why do we still label them? Heather, you can start.
Sure. Well, I mean, it comes down to laws and policies, really. But, of course, laws and policies are the product of our culture. And I think that as a culture, we still have a lot of fear. The whole risk convergence concept, I think, I'd be shocked if people would guess that that's the way the data plays out in terms of the likelihood of someone committing a new crime. And so I think that fear fuels the current laws and policies we have in place in terms of criminal records. I think there's some legitimate concerns in terms of law enforcement being able to access records and that sort of thing. But overall, I think that it's mostly fear-driven, and the policies and laws that we have in place are oftentimes more so than being related to the crime and a real risk factor, sometimes doing more harm than good.
So originally correct me if I'm wrong, Karen, but I believe 1829, Eastern State Penitentiary was the first prison opened up. And before that, all crimes, basically the end result, it was a physical punishment. And so what's happened is individuals walk around missing ears and hands and such, and they go, every time they go get a job, every time they look for a place to live, they'd say, oh no, you're a criminal, you can't live here, and you can't work here, and we don't want you in our community. Because you're missing an ear, you're missing a hand, we know why. So the idea was, let's build a facility that when individuals commit a crime, we are going to, as they're entering in, we're going to put a hood over their head, they're going to walk through into the prison area, they're going to get placed in their isolated cell by themselves, take the hood off their head, we're going to put a number on the outside of the door. We're not even going to have a window, because we don't even want the guards to know who these individuals are. And then once they're finished, we're going to remove their number, we're going to put the hood over their head, they're going to walk them out, we're going to take the hood back off their head, and they're just walking down the road in the middle of Philly. They didn't want to do anything that after they had done their time and after they had done their penance, that would follow them into the community, that would hinder them from getting jobs, getting housing, and being accepted in the community. And what we've done over the years is we've absolutely warped it to the highest degree to go back to that level of, we're going to make you tell everybody what your crime is. And so much so lately, in Oklahoma, if you are a sex offender, it now says it on your driver's license. So if you want to use your credit card to buy something to eat, and they say, hey, I got to see your driver's license, they're going to know you're a sex offender. Anything you're wanting to do these days, you show your driver's license, they know you're a sex offender. And you go, oh man, I bet you that's because they figure if people see your driver's license, then they won't be victims. Sex offenders are the least likely to recidivate out of all charges in the United States. So if the goal is to hinder people's success, we are the best at it of all countries.
I can't change anything, but what I can do is help them change their thought process, and that is leave the shame behind. You know what? The fact is, we all have a story. I can't change that people are going to know that you have got a conviction, but what I can do is change the way you feel or help you think about your conviction differently. How can what you went through help somebody else? Because somebody needs to hear your story. Somebody needs to hear how you did it. And so that's the way that we have to coach and how we have to work, because I can't change that people are going to know everything about it. But what I can do is encourage them to think differently about themselves.